facilities for National Sport Festival that will go down later in the year.
How prepared are you? You know, that's the question that is going to.
We're not even prepared for the National Sport Festival. We're talking of the Olympic Games that will go down in Tokyo.
I think you understand my point now.
Okay, quickly, let's move on to the story that says that Super Eagles head coach Gernot Rohr has actually had talks with Odion Ighalo on his possible return to the national team. And now, Femi, Odion Ighalo made that move to Manchester United from China. And of course, Gernot Rohr has come out to say that he is willing to take Odion Ighalo back to the national team. Now, the question is, when Odion Ighalo was still in China, why did the Super Eagles coach not deem it fit to bring him back to the Eagles? Why did he have to wait until he made that move to Manchester United? What's the difference between Odion Ighalo that was in China and the one that I just made the move to Manchester United? Is there any difference for me?
Well, of course, I would say there's a difference. There's a difference. And obviously, as anyone in world football, any coach would want to do, when you're playing for a top club in world football, everyone wants to, have a piece of your profession. But then, talking about Odion Ighalo and Gernot Rohr now, when he was in China, there was no rumor, there was no anything about him. And then, all of a sudden, he has a move to Manchester United in place, and everybody has Odion Ighalo in their lips.
No, Femi, see, I'm being curious here. That because I don't see any reason he should, call Odion Ighalo back. Now, so this is somebody who, let's say 4 months back, he said he's retiring from national, duties and all of that. Then he was still in China. The Super Eagles coach, in fact, every one of us kept quiet. We didn't say anything because we felt, okay, it's time for him to leave. He's 30, all of that. Everybody was saying that. But now, he made that move to Manchester United and the coach is saying, we need to have a player of this kind. I mean, when we have a player as Eagles,
I think he was not available before. But then, as I've rightly said before, everyone wants to get involved. I mean, Manchester United, in as much as they've been up and down in the way they've been playing in recent years, I think they are still a big top club in world football. And then we have the first Nigerian to be playing for Manchester United. Obviously, that's a huge one.
But the coach is saying that his experience will be very instrumental.
I was going to say, I think, from Gernot Rohr's point of view, he's saying that he wants Odion Ighalo back in the squad. I think it's just
because of his experience to help the young ones.
The young ones. I mean, because I was asking myself that if Odion Ighalo would actually want to be going back to the national team, because
but to be sincere, he's still on top of his game.
Of course, he is. But then you talk about the emergence of
the likes of Samuel Kalu,
Victor
Osimhen,
who's doing pretty well, and is having a good number. But then, he has good numbers with the national team.
Definitely.
I think he has 16 goals in 35 games.
35 games,
that's a good one.
You're right.
But then, from experience point of view, I think that's why he wants Odion Ighalo back in the team.
Okay. Odion Ighalo, well, we wish him good luck, Manchester United.
I don't know, but I have a feeling that he's going to be a big hit at Manchester United.
Well, let's see how it goes. We see how that pans out, Femi. Yes, over the weekend, let's move straight to Turkey, Femi. Let's talk about what happened. I mean, to ex-Nigeria international, talking of Mikel Obi now, on Saturday against Fenerbahce, his team Trabzonspor actually played against Fenerbahce, and Mikel Obi was racially abused by Fenerbahce fans. And now his team Trabzonspor is saying that, we're going to file a case against the Fenerbahce fans. And of course, they did that, and now they came out to make it public. In that particular encounter on Saturday, I got to see the game, and Mikel actually wanted to fight against that particular guy who actually abused him racially.
I think, as we've seen earlier in other cases of, racial abuse, I'm gutted that this thing won't stop anytime soon, and it's a very sad one that one is happening to John Obi Mikel. Of course, and nobody wants.
It actually happened all through 2019.
It happened. So many cases of racial abuse for Lukaku, Raheem Sterling, and the likes. But then happening to John Obi Mikel is very, very bad for anyone to witness. That's that kind of scenario during a match. When you are racially abused and all that, it can even mess with your mentality during the game and all that. But then I think I support Trabzonspor with the statement they put out that they are going to file a criminal complaint against
fans of Fenerbahce.
The fans that have racially abused John Obi Mikel. I think that's a good one going forward, and we'll just see how the result of that one will be. But then it's a good one. But going forward in world football, I don't know.
Racism is not good for football.
It's not good for football because I think it overshadows the love we have for the game.
Definitely.
When you racially abuse,
even the players are complaining.
Some players have even even threatened in the past. I think we was
the likes of
Sancho that he
yes,
said he was
the
going
likes
to
of
walk
Danny
off.
Rose of Tottenham. No, he has made that move now from Tottenham
yes, to Newcastle.
I think to Newcastle.
Yes. So he said he was going to walk off if he was ever racially abused. I think it's a bad one for players to be racially abused. But then I don't know.
Football in general. Football in general.
It's a bad one.
Now, quickly, Femi, let's talk about what has been happening in time past in CAF, Confederation of African Football. I think 2 days ago, Sunday, FIFA came out to say that they have ended their 6-month intervention in African football. And a number of proposals were actually presented to CAF executive. Let me just give you the highlights, like a creation of a group of professional referees, and which will be financed by FIFA in partnership with CAF. And of course, the big one, a creation of a $1 billion fund to invest in infrastructure, including stadiums in all 54 African members associations. Now, this is where the talking point is coming from, Femi. When FIFA is about to do this, I mean, putting $1 billion on a project, and you want to say that they will give all this to CAF, won't they mismanage it again?
Well.
Because that was the reason why. That was the reason they came in the first place. That was the reason why FIFA had to come in the first place to intervene. Now, won't this happen again, Femi?
Well, Idris, that's a very tough question. But then I wouldn't want to, I would rather want to be diplomatic, because I feel I'm going to express myself, but me being diplomatic is I don't want to go straight because I don't know what's going to happen. But let me
you don't want to be stoned outside.
Not that, but this amount of money, obviously, it's a mouth-watering. It's a huge one.
I mean,
but then,
outrageous.
How our governing
administrators,
how they've been doing in recent years when it comes to this kind of scenario. But I think for FIFA to intervene in the first place, they have good what's it called now?
Good ambition
for us. So this 1 billion is huge. But then I think they should actually take a clue and work towards the right thing that's supposed to be done, rather than thinking about the selfish interest of them in with this type of money involved. So okay,
we just hope that they will spend the money judiciously and not lavishly.
Of course, and not lavishly.
Okay. Now, Femi, very quickly, let's talk about one man, number one in Africa when we talk of table tennis. You already know him. Haruna Kodri is the name. And, of course, over the weekend, he was signed by a top club in the German Bundesliga, table tennis, TTC Ronsprudel Mazabel Foda. That's the name of the club, Femi. You want to say that that name sounds... is it German now?
It is, of course. It's a German club. It's a German club.
It was unveiled yesterday, and of course, I think it's a good one for Haruna Kodri.
Definitely. And when I read through the article about the story, I think the club that signed him now, talking about TTC, Ronsprudel, Mazabel.
Don't even bother.
Sorry, I'll just let go of that, of the pronunciation of that one. I think they are very happy to have Haruna Kodri in their ranks. And they said, he's been a top professional for years, and
top class table tennis player,
of course. And I think it was a quarter finalist.
They just concluded T20 table tennis tournament.
Definitely. So it's a good one for them. And even Haruna Kodri has come out to say that he is very happy to be joining this club, and that will be the first time he's stepping out of Portugal in recent times, because I think he has spent more than 10 years in Portugal.
Yeah.
So, and this German competition now, this German league, I think is considered as the league that has the best table tennis players. Leaving the Portuguese league now for the German league will actually put him up against the best one.
The best of the best in the world of table tennis.
And we all know, we wish him well on top of that one. We wish him well for the future.
All right, it's still Midday Sport on Pensioners 106.7 FM. And we have been talking, we have been analyzing issues that are making the rounds of the world of sport. All right, we go pay this bill. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stick around, don't go nowhere.
ẹ̀yin tèmi kò sí kékeré akàn tí nílé lórí ọlọ́mbà mi ṣe mo máa tún ti nílé lórí. èmi King Dr. Saheed Òṣùpá Saheed bí olúfimọ àkọ́kọ́ mo ń fàsìkò ìsọ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa káàkiri gbogbo Nàìjíríà yìí wípé gbogbo ẹni tó bá wù kó kọ́lé kó wá bá a dò pọ̀ ní Afia Properties and Homes à ń ta ilé à ń ta ilẹ̀ ilé tó ní sí of o ilẹ̀ tó ní sí of o ẹ wá bá a dò pọ̀.
àǹfààní ẹ̀dínwó ti wá lọ lọ́wọ́ láwọn estate wa Afia Estate phase 1 and 2 Yanofa Afia Court Aerodrome GRA àti Afia Court Ọmọláyọ̀ Estate Àkóbọ̀ nìbàdàn nìyẹn o àtàwọn estate wa tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní Lẹ́kì Àtàjà tó fi mọ́ ibikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá ń fẹ́lẹ̀ sí ẹ ṣáà ti kàn sí wa ní Suite 1 Adala Shopping Complex lẹ́yìn Zenith Bank Challenge Ìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè 0708 104 3423 tàbí 0813 572 6570 Afia Homes and Properties àdùnbárìn donílé ayọ̀.
All right, you're welcome back from that short break. And of course, it's still Midday Sport right here on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Femi, let's talk about Manchester City. One man was saying something this morning, right, former Arsenal player. He said that Manchester City have to win the Champions League for them to have a successful season this season. And you want to say that probably that talk was very much on point because if you look at it very well, Manchester City, right from, let's say, as far back as 2016 when Pep Guardiola came on board, he has not been able to win the UEFA Champions League. He won the league, of course, 2 times. And you want to say that if you even trace, his track record, I mean, he started off with Barcelona. He won 2 Champions League with Barcelona. And of course, when he made that move to Germany to take over Bayern Munich, he won the league, but not the Champions League. Even when he had the likes of Arjen Robben, so many brilliant players, Frank Ribéry, Thomas Muller, and all of them, but he couldn't win the UEFA Champions League. Now, at City, from 2016, he's not been able to do it again. Now, do you think now the title race is off for them? Because as we speak, they are 22 points adrift of Liverpool, who sit on top of the log with 73 points. Massive. So you want to say that probably they should just leave that one for Liverpool. It's Liverpool to lose. It's Liverpool's to lose. So the league, they're not even talking about it now. But Manchester City, do you think they've had a very good season? Or will they still have a successful season at the end of this current campaign?
Well, it depends on, how they, continue in the rest of the competition they are involved in. If they're having a good season, I would say, for sure that they are not having a good season because, when the season started, you want to pit Manchester City side to side with Liverpool that it's going to be a two-horse race.
Yes.
But to many.
But we were actually thinking when the season started, the title race will go down to the wire.
Yes, of course. I mean, it was supposed to go down to the wire. Manchester City, obviously, they're defending champions. They have huge squad depth. They have fantastic players that's capable of individual brilliance.
Injury sets in.
But then, this is why I said they have squad depth. So I think they were the only team that was going to challenge Liverpool, obviously, with the way Liverpool have been playing since last season, having 97 points and all that. But then, they have come short in this season. And I think Guardiola has lost 6 Premier League games this season.
Definitely. And more than they lost in the whole of last season.
Of course, if he lose one more match, that would be the highest of his career in a single campaign. And now, talking about Champions League now, I think it's normal for anybody to, rate a top coach with the number of Champions League titles you've won and all that. But then when Guardiola left Barcelona, he's won 2 Champions League. He's done incredibly well with the trophies he has gathered at Barcelona. Going to Bayern Munich, you want him. He has the best of quality players, obviously, so he can actually go out all out.
But he wasn't able to do it.
He wasn't able to do it there. And then it came to Manchester City. He was given the money, was given the funds to get the kind of players he wants, and still the same old story.
He couldn't deliver on the European scene.
On the European scene. I mean, he swooped on the domestic treble last season, but then I think most people still do not rate that. You haven't got this Champions League.
But I think a lot of people will actually want to look at that too. They want to rate you, as a manager. Like when you have the best of players in your squad and then you couldn't deliver on the European scene, you have always been claiming the local champion and all of that. So
yes, now you go to top clubs every now and then. You can't go to an average club that would not give you the money you want to spend. Now you have money to spend on quality players, top players.
Femi, let's conclude. Maybe he was able to win the Champions League at Barcelona because of the Messi factor.
Of course, I'm of that opinion. I mean, if you take away Messi from Barcelona during Pep Guardiola stint at Barcelona, you know what is left. Barcelona, well, Barcelona.
I think Some
people don't want to agree with
uncomfortable.
That. So talking about this thing, I think the question is, does Pep Guardiola stand a chance of even going far?
Because they are facing Real Madrid
and they have Sterling out
at the round of 16.
They are struggling.
So and we are not even sure they will beat Real Madrid.
Yeah, we are not sure. And I think Real Madrid, they've lost only one game all season, and they're leading with 3 points in the Spanish La Liga. It's a good season for Zinedine.
They're having a fantastic running.
So I think if Guardiola is going to go far or even stand a chance of beating Real Madrid, now he has to have the form of Sergio Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling on top form, firing on all cylinders, you understand, before they can even stand a chance of beating Real Madrid.
Okay, Femi, let's talk about one man, a Brazilian. Neymar is always in the news, of course. Okay.
All right. I think this is regarding Igalo. Igalo is widely celebrated. Like, why? Because assuming he's the first Nigerian to ever play. But I think
done the Manchester United.
He is not the first Nigerian to play for Man U. The first person is Mark Moses, born on 14th of November 1960 by Nigerian parents in the UK, and he played with Man U between 1981 and 1989.
No, Remy Moses was never a Nigerian. I mean, you can only say he's a Nigerian because of the name he bears. So, in fact, record does not have it that Remy Moses, there was a point in that he came to Nigeria or maybe to don the Eagles jersey.
It was not a case of like, it's a point blank story that he is a Nigerian, unlike Odion Igalo.
No. He's a Nigerian by name.
Odion Igalo is a Nigerian in
He was born in Nigeria. He grew up in Nigeria. And of course, he started playing his football.
So what are we going to say now? Odion Igalo is the first,
Nigerian player
to
don the Manchester United jersey.
For Manchester United. Well, that's huge.
All right, Femi, I was about talking about Neymar. And, what happened to Neymar, Femi? On Saturday, he played for PSG against Montpellier, which they actually won by 5-0. And on Sunday, he went to have a party, lavish one, you will say, because obviously you saw the way they dressed up and all of that. And
white party.
And on yesterday, it was confirmed that he has an injury that he actually sustained in that game against Montpellier over the weekend. And now, Neymar will be out tonight because he's not going to be part of the squad that will face Nantes tonight in the French Ligue 1. You want to say that, and Thomas Tuchel, I mean, their manager now, Thomas Tuchel is not, too comfortable with that scenario, saying that Neymar does not portray, does not portray a player that has, good mentality. I mean, when you knew that you have a game that you play tonight and then you went to have a lavish birthday party.
Well, we've known Neymar for all this kind of turbulence, because what player actually think of
but one thing that was amazing was that Kylian Mbappe was not there.
Yeah, it was not there, but then no, this is not a case of maybe surprising or not. Obviously, not everybody likes to party and all that. Myself, if not for the dry cleaner that delayed my clothes.
Are you saying that Kylian Mbappe does not have fun?
No, it does, but he might have, he might actually have other things, that makes him get it on.
We have a caller on the line. Okay, let's just try to see if we can actually pick it. Okay, hello. Hello. All right, Femi, continue.
Okay, I said Kylian Mbappe, the fact that he didn't attend doesn't mean that he loves to party and all that, But we know even Kylian Mbappe doesn't attend. We have the likes of Edison Cavani, Marco Verratti, and
that was in attendance.
So it's not everybody that likes to party. But then Neymar is such. I don't want to use the word silly, but he's a very stubborn kind of player,
and a fashionista.
And I know, and he's an egoist. And why? Because the amount he's earning at PSG. I mean, these are ridiculous figures to be earning by a football player. But then he has a very track record. I think this is third season at PSG, and each time his birthday is coming up, he always come up with.
He's not even 28 yet. He's going to be 28 tomorrow.
He will be 28 tomorrow. I mean. In 2018,
pre-birthday party.
Why he has a foot injury?
Must you have a pre-birthday party?
When the money is too much, what do you want to? You have to throw
a football player who has a game to play tonight, having a pre-birthday party yesterday
in between 2 league games.
I mean,
it's very right for.
He's supposed to be sanctioned.
It's very right for Thomas Tuchel to question his maturity. That why will you be throwing a party in between 2 league games and you have the best interest of your club at heart? No. It's not done. It's not done. But that's Neymar for you.
Neymar, always in the news. Always surrounded by controversies. Femi. Okay, finally on the show, Femi, let's talk tennis. Serena Williams, a coach is saying that Serena has to change tactics. I mean, things are not working.
Which tactics? Which tactics? The tactics that have made her won a lot of titles.
No, I mean in recent times, since 2017. 2017 she gave birth, and of course, since then she has not been able to win any Grand Slam title. She has only won one WTA title, making it her 73rd WTA titles singles. I mean, so you want to say that probably? I mean, she has lost 4 Grand Slam titles. So what are you talking about? Things have not been working out fine the way they expected, and of course that was why our coach was saying this morning that probably she needs to change tactics and all of that, but. To say the reality, don't you think that age is taking toll on Serena Williams? Of course.
I think age, although it's a sad one for athletes and athletes in general, because once the age starts setting in, it takes out.
She's 38.
It takes out the prolific efforts, they do put on while they are at their tender age. But then she's 38. I mean, and she's actually gone after the record.
And you know what these tennis players suffer? I mean, the wrist injury that they normally have. It's not easy to play tennis. Have you ever been to the court before?
Of course. I've played before. I've played before, and it's never easy. I mean, no sport is easy actually, because it takes a whole lot of your body movement, muscles, and all that. But then I think she's just. How would I put it now? She's gone in after a record. Obviously,
that's of Margaret Court.
Because some people in that age, they will have actually retired. But then
Margaret Court actually holds that record of winning 24 Grand Slam titles singles. Yeah.
So she won.
She has only won 23.
And she wants to be regarded, even if she's not regarded as the best of her. I mean, she wants to match that record. I understand that. But then our coach is coming out to say she needs to change tactics. If it's for the betterment or of her game, that she just needs to come out on top if she was to win the Grand Slam.
But for me, Grand Slam. I would have said that she should just go and retire. You've won, 23 Grand Slam titles, 73 WTA titles.
You are regarded widely as one of the best players.
There's nobody in the world that will not say
tennis.
He or she does not know Serena Williams.
Nobody.
As we speak. When you talk lawn tennis, you talk Serena Williams, you talk Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer. Stefano Tsitsipas. These guys have done amazingly well in the world of lawn tennis. So Serena should just.
Anybody that says doesn't.
When we are even talking Serena, how about Venus Williams? Someone who ought to have retired and is still playing table tennis. They're playing lawn tennis.
It's in the blood.
All right, this is where Femi, we have to go because Baba Life is at the building already, and I don't want to to be sanctioned. So we just have to move, Femi. All right, we want to appreciate everybody that listen, and of course our producer, Tunde Tiamiyu, not forgetting the engineering officer on duty, Ladi Martins, and of course the DCA, a tough guy, the body man, Abiola Ayodele. They've all done fantastically well. And of course, at this point, we are going to be signing off. Femi, your last word.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Who are you thanking? Me or Abiola Ayodele?
No. It's okay, two Abiolas in the building.
Okay. Okay, it's been a fantastic ride on the show, Midday Sport. And Thursday is another time for you to join us on this same show. Another edition, of course. But till then, my name remains Idris Abiola. Good afternoon.
From the rising to the setting of the sun, here is the first labor radio in Africa. Pensioners 106.7 FM. Agbarigo Nireke Ibadan. A station for the elderly, the youths, the teenagers, and in fact, our children. It is a station for all. So come patronize us on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Ibadan. All corporate organizations, ministries, departments, and agencies of government parastatals and commissions, artisans, private companies, market men and women, professional civil servants, and other categories of workers. This is